So, Chelsea, thanks for hanging out with me tonight and sharing your story. But first, before we dive in, who's Chelsea? What makes up you?
I am 21. I have lived in Vegas my entire life. I have 3 brothers. Okay. One of them is Canadian.
Awesome.
I love my family. Family means everything to me. They are all my best friends. I love Arby's. Arby's is my favorite place to eat every time. And I'm just really enjoying living in the now.
That's awesome. I love it. And seriously, I hope all of you get to meet Chelsea in person one day. You're a gem. I absolutely love you. And I've really loved getting to know your story more on a deeper level. And as we've been talking, there's one moment that changed everything. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
So when I was a senior in high school, I was 17, and me and my best friend, we almost had this Pinterest perfectly planned board of our lives of how it's gonna go, and all these plans. We planned the year after I graduated that we were gonna go up to UNR and go to college there and dorm together, and that was our next step, our next plan. And soon after that, it was a month into my senior year, I was doing homework one night and I got a phone call. And the phone call was my friend telling me that Hillary had been in an accident, my friend, and she had not been wearing her seatbelt, got thrown from the car, and died 5 minutes later from impact. Yeah. And that changed everything. Yeah. That put a stop in all these plans we had. And at that age, you think you're invincible. Never us, never my friends. That only happens in movies, and then it happened. And it just changed everything. And so the 2 years after that were just a huge fog to me. I felt like I fell so far away from God. I was so confused and lost that I tried finding healing from every place but Him. I was getting into the wrong relationships, finding healing through boys, through friendships, through drinking, through smoking, all these areas. And as I was trying all these different areas of healing, I was leaving chunks and pieces of my heart every step along the way. And I didn't realize it, but looking back, it's like God was behind me every step of the way saying, she's gonna need me soon, she's gonna need me, just wait. And so it's like He was picking up every piece, okay, I'm gonna hold on to these, she's gonna need them. And so she was holding on to them, and it was about 2 years, and at the end, I had gotten to this point that I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. I was so broken down and just bottom, hit bottom, and I just didn't want to be here anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was done. And that's when I almost felt like I felt God screaming at me no, I'm not done with you yet. This isn't it. I still have plans for you. You can't see them yet, but they're coming. And that's when it's like He took all those pieces, and it didn't happen overnight, but it happened slowly but surely, that He took those broken, lost pieces of my heart and put them back together. And it's like He's holding my heart together. He's like, I got you. What you see, and He's kept me strong. And I know that that moment was the defining moment of why I'm here today.
I love that picture of Him holding your heart. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing what
Beautiful.
He's done.
Absolutely. What has the journey been like since then to now?
Since then, I have been a very stubborn child, and He has stepped up and totally been father mode every step of the way. I've said, I want to go this way, and He's like, no, but it's going this way, and I'm like, no, but I want it this way. And so what it's been like after that is it's been an uphill climb, and I've gotten to this place where then I got into this relationship, and I really wanted it to work out. I really wanted things to go great, and I knew people around me were like, probably not, it might not work out. And then it ended that he ended up being abusive, and it didn't work out. And so I got to this place and then just fell to the bottom again. And this time, I had this foundation that I knew I still had in the back of my mind. I still got God, He's still there. So I started this uphill climb again, and I felt like he was calling me to go work at a church camp.
Okay.
And so I went and I got a job at a church camp for 3 months during the summer. And this is where I made my first Christian friends, and I learned what it was like to read the Bible and really understand it. And so I had a new, like, firm foundation.
Awesome.
And I ended up going home after that summer.
Okay.
And the day I got home, my mom had talked to me that my dad and hers relationship was just falling apart, and that it was soon going to come to an end, and I never thought I would have been able to get through it. It was such a hard time, but I know the only reason I could get through it is because I had God every step of the way.
Yeah.
And so he really helped me through that, and really helped show me, like, like, it's gonna be okay. And so
wow, he has your
a
heart
journey.
still.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this past summer, you were at camp again.
Yes.
When you got back from camp, you got a phone call from this guy, Devin,
Yes.
at Central Christian Church's Summerlin campus.
Yes.
He runs Fuse Ministry there. And what did he call you about that day?
He called me up and was like, hey, where do you see yourself going? Where do you see your future? And it was really crazy, actually. That day I was like, I got to pay for school. That night I knew I needed to make my payment. And I was going to make it and go back to school to pursue a nursing degree.
Okay.
But that's when God stepped in and was like, sorry, I don't think so. I might have different plans again.
Yeah.
And so that's when he offered me an internship at the church with the youth.
Wow.
And I really prayed about it, and I really felt like he was calling me to go into an area I've never gone before, go somewhere that's super uncomfortable. Yeah. And so I called him up and I was like, yes, I'll do it. And 5 days after I got home, 5 days after I got home, I showed up into Fuse for the first time.
Wow.
And I was there, and I was an intern, and
That's awesome.
now I've been there 4 months, and
wow.
It's been amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And it's cool, even, like, this internship has been a big part of your journey. You just went on a trip.
I did.
And tell us a little bit about that and how even the internship in Devon has helped you since the trip.
So, I felt God tugging on my heart to do this mission trip. This mission trip was to, on the other side of the world in Asia, to work on an orphanage with like about 40 orphans, to just love on them completely. And I ended up coming home after those 8 days completely changed, and such an amazing trip. But also with coming home, I came back with a lot of confusion and a lot of questions, like, what's my purpose? What's next? What's in this plan for me? And so I called Devin up and I was like, I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. And so he told me, it's normal. Calm down, Chelsea. It's gonna be okay. And so he really just walked me through, you don't have to have it figured out, Nobody has it figured out, and that's like a huge part of the internship, is finding yourself, discovering yourself, and figuring it out. And so where I'm at now is that I don't have to have it figured out. I don't have to know all the answers. And so I'm at this place in my life right now where I'm like, open hands, Jesus, whatever you give me, I'm ready. Whatever you want me to do, wherever you want me to go, I'm ready. And so
I love that.
Just waiting on him,
You're letting the Creator who's holding your heart direct exactly where He's leading you.
Yeah.
I love that. Thanks for sharing your story
Thank
and
you.
your journey of becoming Chelsea. I love it. I can't wait to see where He continues to guide you.
Thank you.